I believed on violence and weapon. It was totally wrong. When we fighting against our way, we can get a freedom. And I believed, nowadays I'm having more friends around the nations. So Muslims or Sinhalese. But at the beginning I thought I want to kill singular people because they all are against myself. But now I have friends, many friends in singular community. So when I'm sharing that, I empathize myself with other people. So I'm sharing my thoughts with my parents. But nowadays they are really okay with that. I don't know how they changed, but they hosted many of the singular friends in my home. Even many Muslim friends in my home. More than 30 days my friends stayed in my home. So now they approach them and they empathize with them. So this is the only way. When we talk to people, when we empathize them and acknowledge their wrongs and rights, we comes to the point and we win their mind.
ඉස්සෙල්ලාම මම ගැනම කනගාටු වෙනවා. මම අධ්‍යාපනය ලැබුවේ කටුගස්තර ප්‍රදේශයේ. ඔබට මතක ඇති තෙල්දෙනිය සිද්ධිය. ඒ සිද්ධියේදී කටුගස්තර ප්‍රදේශයේදී සක්‍රීයව දායක වුණ පුද්ගලයෙක් මම මුස්ලිම් ආගමට විරුද්ධව. දැන් මම පසුතැවිලි වෙන අය ගැන මේ ඉන්නේ මට මේ කැම්ප් එකේදී හම්බුණ මුස්ලිම් හොඳම යාළුවා මගේ බොක්ක මම මුස්ලිම් හැමෝමගෙම මම සමාව ඉල්ලනවා මම මේ කරපු වැරද්ද ගැන මම දැන් හදවතින්ම පස්තැවෙනවා සමාවෙන්න sorry.
14 years ago, my dad was put under the blasphemy law for condemning politicians for equipping and training youths to join the militant groups. It was in 2017. We engaged with Kenya Unites and they helped us create the Peace Club in our school. Well, I was fortunate enough to become the first chairperson of the Peace Club in our school. So from all the activities that we conducted and all the things that we did, I was equipped with the necessary leadership skills and peace building skills that enabled me to today recruit and educate the young leaders and the young children on different spaces in not beyond our community but also in our country.
Well, growing up in Kandahar wasn't really easy. I faced harassment. We had neighbors who came to propose me and asked me in marriage when I was only 15 or 16 years old. So we had to, go through all these problems. The people who are uneducated, who are ignorant, who are very conservative, and who think that education for a girl is a shame, or going out of the home is a shame, so she must get married and get settled in. We could be the change, how we could be the start. So that kind of encouraged me and gave me the idea that maybe this is the opportunity, maybe this is the chance that I have to take, and maybe I will not be able to bring a huge change in the lives of the people. If I'm able to change one girl's or one boy's perception about their ethnicity, about the hatred that they have or the misunderstanding that they have regarding other people, if I'm able to change just one person, that would be a huge impact.
Kenya Unite ကတော့လူငယ်တွေကိုယ်တိုင်ဦးဆောင်ပြီးလူမှုသဟဇာတဖြစ်ခြင်းကိုမြင့်တင်ပေးတဲ့လူငယ်လှုပ်ရှားမှုတစ်ခုဖြစ်ပါတယ်။
မြန်မာနိုင်ငံဆိုလို့ရှိရင်မတူခြားနားတဲ့လူမျိုးစုတွေသားမကကိုယ်ကွယ်ယုံကြည်မှုဘာသာတရားဆုံးလင်းစွာထွန်းကားရှင်းသန်နေရတဲ့ဖြစ်ပါတယ်။ဒီလိုမျိုးမတူခြားနားဆုံးလင်းကွဲပြားမှုတွေပြည့်နေတဲ့နေရာမှာလူသားတွေဟာတူးနဲ့လူကြားမှာယုံကြည်မှုရိုးသားမှုတန်းတူညီမျှတန်ဖိုးထားမှုပွင့်လင်းမှုလေးစားမှုစတဲ့လူမှုထားစာတာဖြစ်ခြင်းရဲ့တန်ဖိုးတွေကိုလက်တွေ့ကျင့်သုံးကြဖို့အလွန်ပဲရေးကြီးလာပါတယ်။
ဒါပေမဲ့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံရဲ့တမိုင်းဖြစ်ရဆိုတဲ့ကြောင့်တူးနဲ့တူးယုံကြည်မှုတွေပျောက်ကွယ်နေပြီးတော့အခုတက်ထိပဲလူအတိုင်းဝိုင်းထဲမှာငြင်းချမ်းစွာအတူရှင်တွဲနေထိုင်ဖို့အတွက်အခက်အခဲတွေအများကြီးရှိနေပါသေးတယ်။ဒီလိုမျိုးအခြေအနေမှာကြော်လွှားဖို့ရန်လက်ရှိလူငယ်တူရှင်စီအသည့်အမြင်ပြောင်းလဲရမှာလွန်စွာအရေးကြီးနေပါတယ်။မြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာရှိတဲ့လက်ရှိလူဦးရေ50ရာခိုင်နှုန်းကျော်လူငယ်တွေဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်အနာဂတ်မှာပုံမကောင်းမွန်လာပြီးကျွန်တော်တို့လူငယ်များကိုယ်တိုင်တယောက်နဲ့တယောက်ကြားစီလုံးချင်းလေးစားခြင်းနားလည်မှုရှိခြင်းပူးပေါင်းဆောင်ရွက်ခြင်းစရလေးထွန်းကားဖို့လွန်စွာအရေးကြီးနေပါတယ်။ဆက်လက်အပြောင်းအလဲကိုကိုယ်တိုင်မှစပါစို့တည်တဲ့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံအတွင်းလူမှုတဟဇာတဖြစ်ခြင်းကိုပြန်လည်ဖော်ဆောင်ဖို့
ကျွန်တော်တို့လူငယ်တွေကိုယ်တိုင်ကစတင်လှုပ်ဆောင်ဖို့လိုအပ်လာပြီဖြစ်ပါတယ်
Since joining the Liberia Unites youth movement, I have been transformed into servant leader and inspiration to my fellow young people in the community. I have used these skills to build the capacity of young people in high schools through leadership development initiatives.
My whole life, I have resented Muslims and all non-Christians until I joined Liberia Unites through the Future Leaders Conference. As a result of this, my life is brand new, such that my prejudice and resentment for Muslims and non-Christians have been transformed into love, respect, and great friendship. I now believe that all humans are created equal, irrespective of religions and cultural backgrounds. Today, my best friend, Ibrahim Jallo, is a devoted Muslim. Oh, how I wish to have more Muslim friends. This is my way of helping to break the cycle of violence in Nigeria.
Back in the day, during my childhood, I grew up in a community that looked down on people from other tribes or religions. This informed me the way I treated people that were non-Muslims and not from my tribes. As a Muslim in Uganda, it was at a time where a lot of hate was targeted towards us as Muslims after the Al-Shabaab terrorist attack, and many Muslim leaders were put in jail and others were assassinated. When I joined Uganda Unites, I was welcomed with love and supported to be a part of the family. I have since worked with youths from across the country. I have even spoken with youths in churches and also recruited volunteers who are Christians, hence non-Muslims, so that we can work together and have a united Uganda.
I used to be tribalistic in that sense because I grew knowing I had that stereotype in me about the Basoga. I used to demean them, but in 2019, my friend Malik told me about Uganda Unites, and I got the passion to join Uganda Unites because of their goal and motive. After joining, I was warmly welcomed, I was mentored, and I got to learn that having those stereotypes was just another problem I was adding to my life, because all the people from Busoga region were not that as they were quoted, they were not dense as they were quoted, but they were also helpful to our community. In that sense, I got to learn that we should all be one, we should all be united in Uganda.
I played sports growing up, and on a field with 11 guys who came from different backgrounds, who believed in different things, whose parents made a different amount of money, who lived in different parts of the town, all these differences. And yet, when we're on the field, we're working towards the same goal to try to score. We got each other's backs. Like, we're making sure people are held accountable. We're taking the responsibility for where they're at, all that type of stuff. So for me, it foundationally comes to that. If human beings are able to supersede these divides and things that we've created, if we're able to supersede that on a sports field or through an artistic expression or through song, then I fully believe, and maybe I'm an idealist in this, I fully believe that we can do this on a communal level.
So I grew up in a predominantly Black church. The church that I currently work at and worship at is predominantly white. Some of the most beautiful moments I've experienced with the church community has been deeply intentional diversity, and not just because people look different, but because they even worshiped together in a way that was like honoring of various cultures.
I think the opportunity to learn how to understand the other without having to agree with them is such a formative experience for people. I think it makes us as a country and as a world richer.
Hello, my name is Nina Chizungu from Congo, DRC. I'm a member of Congo Unite for 3 years ago. So in Congo Unite, we do different activities which unite different people. For instance, last year we organized a great conference which unites more than 250 people. In that conference, we get more experience and we found different solutions to develop our country.
During in my non-paid volunteerism in Nepal Unite, I get a chance to learn some non-violence communication skills, chance to provide the student needy material in this COVID-19 pandemic. According to the Nepal Unite institutional aim, I am volunteering for making guidelines, engage discussion on different youth groups to broaden its network in all over the Nepal.
I participated in the Global Unite Summit last year in Nairobi in Kenya. That was my best experience so far. Now in Colombia, we are starting our movement, creating a network of volunteers from all over the country. It's very important in this post-conflict time that we can work together for Colombia united and in peace.
I saw my father being coldly killed around 1999 to 2000. And as a result of that, we suffered a whole lot because my father was like a tree, a foundation tree for the family. So because of the death of my father, my mom was psychologically disturbed and we were maltreated by the whole family, my father's family. We were driven out of our family's house, the house my father built. We were driven out of the house, myself, my mom, and my 3 elder sisters. As a result of that, 3 of my sisters were left uneducated. As I'm talking now, I'm the only child with a university attainment. We were driven out of the house. Everything was taken away from us because they believe that we are females, we are not male children, so we can't do much in the absence of my dad. And it's really dehumanizing. It took everything away. You know, that action took everything we had except for courage. And away from me, my story is not a unique one because similar things or even worse things happen to other families, other young people. But what's keeping me going is the passion to create the change. I know I went through a lot. That is why I decided to use education to bring transformation. That is why I use voluntarism to change the narrative.
Let's make this move. Let's not just sit here as victims, but let's go there to the feet and make people feel that the time is gone. We can still stand up and make a change and make Sierra Leone a very peaceful place once again. No matter what we have gone through, no matter the things that have happened, what we have lost, we still have that energy. We still have that strength. We still have that capacity to make that change using Sierra Leone Unite as a tool.